Hey fellow foodies, it's Faye from faysfood.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make my ultimate baked macaroni and cheese. To start, I did go ahead and boil these noodles in some chicken stock. Yes, chicken stock. Definitely way more flavor than water, just plain water. And I did use homemade chicken stock. You can use the store-bought stuff if that's more convenient for you. But in terms of flavor, you cannot beat homemade chicken stock. So I did drain most of it all out, but I did keep about a tablespoon or so still in the bowl with the macaroni. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and add in some unsalted butter. And what is key here to remember is that if you're using stock that has salt, which the store-bought kind really has tons of salt in it, obviously that's going to change the amount of salt you're going to put near the end. So please keep that in mind. And that's the benefit of using unsalted butter, is you can control how much salt you put in there. Okay, so now at this point I'm going to add in the seasonings. This is what's going to bump up that flavor to the next level. We're adding in some paprika. And it looks like a lot, but this is a lot of unseasoned stuff right now. So some paprika. I'm going to add in some salt. And then next I'm going to add in a bit of garlic powder. And some freshly grinded black pepper. And some dashes of hot sauce. I'm using Frank's Red Hot, but you can definitely use your favorite kind of hot sauce. Go ahead and give this a light mixing. And now I'm going to add the good stuff, some sour cream and cream cheese. This is going to make it super creamy, which is what we want here. Now, keep in mind you don't want to add hot with cold. So make sure that the dairy products that you are using, whatever they are, make sure they're at room temp. It's very important to keep in mind. Alright, and now I'm going to add in a bit of the cheese. I'm going to add in a cup at a time, but I'm only going to add in 3 cups into this mixture. You want to make sure you add a cup at a time because otherwise the cheese could curdle as well. Now I'm using just some sharp cheddar and Colby Jack, kind of plain Jane. You can use really any good melting cheese. Cheese all melts differently, so do your research. I'm adding in a bit of ground mustard seeds as well. You can also use mustard powder in its place. And then you give that all a mix. And then we are ready to go. So I did go ahead and give it a taste. I want you to do the same. Please, please taste your food. Otherwise, it will turn out bad, okay? Taste that mixture and see if you have to adjust any seasonings. I didn't have to. For me, it was perfect. So I'm ready to move on to the next step, which is pouring a third of it into a well-buttered 9x13 casserole dish. You can use a cast iron skillet if you'd like as well. But I'm going to go ahead and put a third of the cheese in on top of the macaroni. And then some butter, because butter is better, as Julia Childs used to say. Okay, and then I'm going to add a third of the liquids, which is just some heavy cream, milk, and eggs. You can call it a custard, quote unquote. Okay, and then I'm just going to repeat the layers. In total, we're going to have 3 layers, so you add a third of each item each time. Okay. Look how cheesy that is already. Oh my god. Okay, so the last layer, pour the rest of the milk mixture. Put the rest of the cheese on top of there. Make sure you get those corners. Do not neglect those. And then I'm gonna top it off with some panko breadcrumbs because that is the best part in my opinion. I love that crunchy crust on top. I'm gonna drizzle on some olive oil on top as well, so it can help with the browning. And what we're gonna do is cover this with aluminum foil and bake it at 275. I know it seems low, but I have my reasonings. So we're gonna bake this at 275 for about 30 minutes. Make sure you season it on top of the last layer as well. But bake it for 30 minutes and then you turn up the heat to 400. We're gonna bake it for about 10 more minutes and then you can broil the top if you'd like for the last couple minutes. Okay, so this is ready to go in the oven. Out of the oven, this is how beautiful this looks. I did top it off with some grated Parmesan cheese as well when it came fresh out of the oven. Now this is a key point. You cannot eat this right away. I feel your pain. This is the toughest part of the process, is just sitting there and waiting. But you really have to let that custard kind of set up out of the oven. And besides that, do you really want to burn your mouth off? No. So just leave it be for a little bit. About 10-15 minutes is good, and then you can serve it up. And let me show you just how incredibly creamy and cheesy this is. You saw how easy it was to make, and look at this bad boy. Look, ready? Yep. This is why I call it my ultimate baked mac and cheese. It has everything you could ever want in a baked mac and cheese, or mac and cheese in general, honestly. And the flavor is definitely not lacking. For the full recipe, go to faysfood.com. Subscribe to this channel for more great videos on the way. Give this video a like, I'd appreciate it. Comment below for any comments or questions. And until next time, guys, you have a wonderful day.
I've been trying to keep my cool. After all the shit you put me through, after all the shit you put me through.